Hey, everybody, welcome back to the ChatGTM podcast. This is Michael Beck and Chad Horn reporting to you live here from the RFIS show here in Coronado Island, San Diego, California. And for those of you who don't know what the RFIS is, that is the Restaurant Franchising and Innovation Summit. Chad, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Day three.
Day three. We have had a great show. We've talked to some amazing people, and we continue to have great conversations.
And last night we were on a boat.
The Love Boat. No, we were actually, it was amazing. We got to go around San Diego Harbor. My highlight of that, or at least what I really like, because they geek out on tech, we saw one of the stealth vessels. This thing is supposed to have a radar or sonar signature the size of a rowboat. Okay. This giant ship. And that thing is, well, it's a $1 billion boat. It literally costs $1 billion to build that thing. Yeah, anyways, I nerd out on that. What was your favorite part of last night? He's gonna say the sunset.
That was good.
I knew it.
That was good.
I knew it.
I think I like just the size of the boat because people were able to spread out. There was a good crowd, right? We were able to spread out on 3 different layers of the ship and have good conversation on fun all night for 3 hours ish. Yeah. So it's like I was impressed by the size of the vessel.
It was a good boat. Good boat. And with us today is Mr. Shree Subramanian, I get that right?
Subramanian, yes.
Oh, Subramanian. And then I riffed on it last night and said super money because I think that sounds really good.
Like that.
Absolutely. And he is with is it LinkToAny or
LinkToAny?
LinkToAny. And so, if you guys are watching our show, you know that we vibe on finding companies that are doing really good things in the marketplace, solutions that help, solutions that make things move faster. And I believe really that's one of the key things about what Shree and his team do is they make integrations move faster, the things that happen to make these businesses work together so they can get on with commerce as opposed to, oh man, I got to worry about my integration and all the other stuff that has to happen. So first off, Shree, welcome to the show. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I enjoyed the boat as well, so in high spirits.
What was your favorite part?
Seeing a bunch of pelicans fly by.
Oh, I missed that.
They're really big. You'd be surprised how big a pelican is, and they do this thing where they glide along the top of the water like any other bird. It's really neat.
It's like the naval base flyby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top Gun style.
Absolutely. So, Chad, take us in.
Yeah, I mean, we need people to know what you do, but I want to start with the problem. From a high level, we hear the problem all the time, which is operators saying, "Yeah, integrations they don't work. This doesn't talk to that in the right way." And yet everyone's saying they integrate, right, with everything. They claim that as a strength, but it seems to be one of the most persistent technical challenges operators face. So how do you think, as someone who's living this and trying to solve for that problem day after day, how do you even frame that problem and think about it? And then tell us about your company and what you do.
Sure. I think in terms of the problem framing, it's interesting. If you talk to a lot of the vendors here around us, right, and they'll say, I have all these connectors. Mm-hmm. I can talk to any system you want me to. And even if I don't have it, just bring it to me. It'll be ready in X amount of time.
Right.
And I wouldn't say that's untrue, but it's a very loaded statement.
It's not as easy as all that.
It's not just not easy. Every environment is different.
Yeah.
The number of applications that every vendor has to now work with has exploded.
Yeah.
And then you add to it all the AI experiments that the operators are running. Say, I have built my first party ordering myself. I have this nifty reporting that I've set up. I don't need to use this other thing anymore. It just exponentially increases the number of integrations you need. And they are custom, they're complex, and they need to be secure. So operators are also asking more and more for security is at the center of the discussion. Cannot leave my environment. Embed this in my flow, right? My customers need a better experience. So all of those nuances come into play, which is why this problem is only growing in scale and not linearly. I think it is so non-linear that it's not funny. And the other interesting piece of this is because of the explosion of data, which is again, we are replicating data in, I think, a day or 2 days now. Mm-hmm. The data footprint is doubling. You have a lot of garbage in, garbage out situations happening.
Sure.
So the other piece that, as an extension of integrations, we realized is this problem of how do you cleanse and govern the data and make sure that it's going into the right systems so that the output is making sense.
Right.
So what will agents do if their input is all garbage?
Yeah.
So that's the other important piece of or an extension of our in the last year we were like, this is a problem we need to solve as well, and we're making great headway on that front too.
Okay, so quantity of integrations, nonlinear complexity and growth there, security, and so you've laid out the problem very well. So what do you do to solve it?
So one, we work with all the platforms and apps to keep increasing an out-of-the-box portfolio of available connectors, so to speak. So if you could say, so for example, we've deployed a ton of Square integrations.
Right.
From somebody needing a kitchen AI, needing that data, to a cloud or delivery system needing it. So we've done all kinds of combinations. And then you come into the loyalty world. Everybody's launched their own loyalty, but they have to play nice with the other guy's system. We sit in the middle of a lot of that workflows. So what we have managed to do is to create paths to support all of these use cases and more. Which so now, if let's say Square has to invest in supporting a new kind of effort and their own engineering, the economics and the timelines don't make sense.
Right.
They would rather just work on their core product, and the sales team's coming and going to be like, well, I personally lost 3 deals. My colleagues have lost 7 more.
Yep.
Why do we not have this in market? Right. So it's not a capital issue. It's actually a go to market, time to market, closing deals, revenue realization. All of those things get impacted. So the biggest beneficiaries are in that sense of what we do are the sales and accounts and onboarding teams, right? To realize that speed and time to market. And our job is to keep making this more and more flexible, going to market with new integrations faster. Like for example, we were serving the SMB space mostly, like 1 to 10 location operators. Some of the recent engagements took us to like 2,000 plus location users. And we got a few months ago, and Chad, I think we met for the first time at FS Tech.
That's right.
And then someone I met there, a very well-known point of sale platform, was trying to close a very large brand. And they had this fairly complex integration that they needed in a span of days. So days. It was not weeks or months.
Right.
The CEO, the exec team was flying in to pitch to the leadership. So literally the day after FS Tech, we got on a call. Like it never happens. Like when do you get on these customer calls?
Right.
But
when there's deals on the line, that's when it happens.
So that was the clear indicator. Got on a call, got API access the same day, and we had the skeleton version of the integration ready exactly 2.5 days from that point. We had time to actually test it. The leadership went and pitched it, and that cost platform got the deal. And since then, we have done 5 releases to improve the solution further, and the brand's been happy with it. And now there's more opening up from that. So that's the kind of, it's like the value creation is happening on both sides here. The operator needs it, and the platform needs it, and we are well positioned, obviously, thanks to AI tooling, to deliver 10x faster than we would otherwise be able to do.
So I have a question on that. So you have a new client, let's say it's a juice brand or something, and they have a number of different solutions, obviously running in the store, IoT devices, everything that combines that we talk about. Are you starting with one integration, and then do you propose to manage all the integrations for this brand to all the various endpoints? Or are you really just taking over one area? What's kind of the end game? Are you looking to fully support these companies?
We're looking to plug all the gaps that exist in any situation.
Okay.
So we don't want to replicate anything that is already supported.
Right.
So if a Toast or a Square, whoever has built a set of integration that work well, that's great.
If it's broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, don't fix it. And we don't want to play there.
Okay.
But it's when in like the example I was just sharing, when there is a clear gap,
Mm-hmm.
there is timeline pressure, and that need exists,
Right.
we go and plug as many of those as we can
Mm-hmm.
or have been asked to. And then it's about replicating and helping take that to a new environment,
Got it.
someone else who may also need it. But the overall, like, as we keep doing more of this, I think it's about coverage, right? Over
Right.
time, if you guys are familiar with Plaid as a fintech
Mhm.
platform,
Absolutely.
like in their earlier days, so we have a senior exec who's an investor in the company,
Mm-hmm.
and when he was describing, he's been around since the beginning. So he talks about how when they had like just a handful of fintechs, 4 banks that they were working with, and so on, it was pretty rough because the financial institutions would like push you, try to get you out.
Right.
So there are a lot of workarounds. But then you get to a critical mass, and then you start to see some love and respect from the ecosystem because you are now creating value at scale
Right.
on both sides.
And
And I see that our journey as something along similar lines, but hopefully in a compressed time frame. Um, to do that, be able to do that in the next 2 years, not decade.
And it sounds like you also take care of the ongoing work. I believe I heard you say that because integration is great, but at some point something changes and it may break.
Right.
And so are you doing all the maintenance of that integration, make sure it's staying up the continuity, it keeps working?
A lot of that is automated.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so
Good.
so we have a lot of tests that run in the system, which are polling different endpoints. Say so even before a partner does an announcement or a release notes, oh, our order endpoint was updated yesterday. Make sure you're backward compatible. We already
Right.
knew it.
Right.
The code most likely would have been updated in the next day or two.
Yeah.
And if there was an issue or outage, we would have informed the customer as well,
Got
the
it.
platform and the end user. So because it's not possible to do that again at scale,
Right. Right.
300 integrations times number of endpoints in each
Yeah, yeah.
integration. So
But that's a real problem, right?
it is.
And so yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
So people don't often appreciate or think about the cost of maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's a great call out. It's like, oh, of course I can build it.
Yeah.
Anybody can,
Yeah.
like even a high schooler can build it
Right.
today. But yeah, are
But
you in it
midnight,
for?
they have that update that drops, and all of a sudden, nobody's talking, right? Yeah. I'm a nerd. Chad knows I'm a comic book geek, and one of the questions I love to ask is, "What's your origin story?" You know, Spider-Man got bit by a radioactive spider. You know, Captain America drank the super serum, became Captain America. Where was your origin story? What made you into the integration master? What's your background there? What made you think of this solution or your team that
Right.
brought this to the world?
Especially since your name kind of sounds like Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am sorry to disappoint you guys.
Oh, no.
There isn't a superhero part of the story here, but
But this is a pretty heroic thing, so I would say there's something in there.
so I think more than this particular idea, I think it was about when I was at PayPal. I was
Okay.
part of the product team at PayPal,
Okay.
and there were a lot of things that we had built, taken to 95% completion.
Yep.
And then some VP somewhere would say, yes, there is this dependency, but my team doesn't have the time.
Right.
So in a year, there were 4 products that did not ship market. And that was for
What
me,
a waste of time and energy and money.
and not for 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
These were massive teams
Right, right.
working, trying to cross-functionally trying to do things. And so that kind of let me think like this is a colossal waste for
Yep.
the ecosystem.
Yep.
And it's not about PayPal's a great company overall. That's not the point here is like my desire was to ship and make a difference.
Yeah.
So that was the inception to say whatever we do. So we actually started just building open source for
Oh.
retailers. So we landed in the Midwest. We had a 16 location chain that was having a replenishment problem. Started working with them. We created the first Amazon Go kind of experience before Amazon Go existed.
Wow.
But in all of these cases, guess what the problem was? Why these solutions were not scaling? Take
Integrations.
Integration.
Wow, that was a slow pitch. There you go.
That's a wild guess. Yeah.
Very cool. So yes, that was what led us to, and then we were starting to talk to. This is a very interesting company out of New Zealand called Vend.
Okay.
Is a leading retail cloud POS.
Yeah,
Like it was
I remember
it was the trailblazer in that space, and they eventually got acquired by Lightspeed.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
So my CTO used to be one of the founding engineers at Vend. So we were able to land them as a customer because they would have an e-commerce company or someone else coming in saying, "Oh, I want to work with you guys, but it's kind of complicated. It's taking me a while. Can someone help me?"
Right.
So we built out one-off integrations to these different systems, like a NetSuite, to some niche e-com that's serving wineries,
Right.
etc. And they were like, "Wait, why are we building these one-off things? This is a much larger problem." And so that's how it evolved.
Got it.
But yeah, it is a lot of collective domain knowledge that started coming in over time to see, uh, oh, like what can we do for restaurants? Sure, a lot of people have built these connectors and they claim that everything is solved,
Sure.
but it's not.
Right.
And so that's it was an iterative discovery process, and along the way, like I said, people like Shopify and other customers came by to say solve the onboarding problem for me.
So,
It's just taking me forever to activate these merchants.
Shree, I'm going to put you on the spot to think about an area of the industry you impact, right? So, I used to manage integration partnerships for a large POS company in the enterprise. And in that role, I would ask the sales team, what are some opportunities you have now that are blocked by lack of integrations? And we talk about those things, and I do my best to work with the product team and impact change for them on unblocking sales. But I want to, because of what you do, let's say you have a relationship with a enterprise, because now we're talking big deal, big money on the line. What would you say, right, to a sales team? Now they're working with you, the company's working with you, so that you can solve for them.
Right.
What would you say to the sales team in terms of questions they should ask brands or discussions they should have that are different because they have you guys as a partner? Because I know some of these salespeople, based on their reputations, would be like, yeah, I'm not even going to pursue this customer because I know we can't do X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
So how does life change for them if their companies are engaged with you?
And so we have so many examples of this. Over time, we're able to build the confidence for the sales team to say, these are my engineers. Like I know I don't need to go to even bother asking core product or engineering. So we have these shared Slack channels with some of these platforms
Okay.
where there's 60 salespeople now in one of those channels, and every single day there are conversations about deals.
Right.
So that it's about being that engineering Swiss knife to help them get answers on the next call tomorrow. Is this feasible? How long is it going to take? What's the cost going to be like? So I think it was interesting to me. I thought we were selling to engineers and product managers, and I suddenly it hit me that no, our customer is like the sales team, the onboarding folks that are living in this problem every day,
Yeah.
and they are desperate to hit their quota, but they don't have a way to kind of do it. So it was such an amazing realization for us as a bunch of engineers.
Right.
That we are solving this for sales.
Fantastic. Well, we have to land the plane here. I know it's a busy show. We've got a couple of folks we have to talk to. But Shree, where are you going to be next? Where if people want to meet you in person, have a conversation about this?
I will be in Vegas next week at the Bar and Restaurant Show, also at Shop Talk. And the week after, I'm back in Vegas for the FinTech meetup.
Okay.
And I think Chad knows I was at Mortech, and so
You've
this
been
is
around.
Are you going to be at the RLC show coming up too?
no, not at RLC, but
NRA?
probably NRA, and then most likely Create and FS Tech.
Fantastic. And if people want to get a hold of you, ask you questions, what's the best way to engage and find you? Do you have a website?
Of course, yes. It's LinkToAny, LinkToAny.com.
Okay.
And you can reach out to
Are
me
you
as
on
well.
LinkedIn as well, I
I
imagine?
am on LinkedIn. It's SSUB /IN. You can find me, Sriram Subramanian, on LinkedIn. I hope it won't be that hard. Although you'll run into 3 or 4 hits.
Yeah, that's all right.
But you can use my mustache, for example,
There you go.
to triangulate.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show. What
Thank
I can
you,
say
guys.
about this man, having watched him here, he's extremely passionate about what he does. And when I see him talking to people, it's a warm and engaging conversation. And I engage other people to engage with Shree as well, to find out what makes super money so super money. Anyways,
I love this.
outside of riffing on your name, I really, it's been a genuine pleasure to
Likewise,
meet you.
guys.
And I look forward to seeing you more and
Thank
seeing what you're doing in the marketplace. And anybody that's helping with real utility, real solutions, that's something we care about. And that's something that you all should care about. Get rid of the fluff. Find the things that are going to really deliver impact quickly and help you work and go faster. And I believe Shree is onto something here. So for now, the ChatGTM podcast signing off from the RFIS show. We'll see you on the next stop. And thank you so much for being a part of our audience, letting me be part of your community. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Bye, guys.